the Project Cybersecurity with Minecraft. Lesson number 3 for first to fourth year students: Internet dangers. The digital world moves faster than our habits. Links, messages, and pages that look official reach us instantly, and we often make decisions automatically. Every action we take online can lead to new opportunities or to risks that are worth assessing. That's why it is important not only to know how to use the tools, but also to understand the threats we may encounter in the virtual environment. The topic of internet dangers is becoming more prominent due to the growing number of fraud cases, malicious software, and misleading content. Even small inaction, an unopened link, an untrustworthy email, or a neglected password can have consequences. In a university environment, risks can spread through systems. A single mistake in a personal account can affect email, shared drive spaces, or discussion channels. Understanding that crises can start with small things helps us prepare better and respond in time. Thus, this lesson focuses on noticing how small signals reveal larger threats. The tasks will encourage attention to signs in various forms, from odd messages to unclear links. They will invite you to evaluate what seems trustworthy and what makes you pause and double-check. Learning will take place through observation and consideration of decisions. For students and lecturers alike, the topic ties into everyday realities. The risks lurking online can affect both personal safety and the well-being of the community. For students, these are skills that help them feel more confident and secure. For lecturers, they are means to help foster preventive thinking. The common goal is to create an environment in which knowledge and practice turn into real protective measures. At the end of the lesson, by bringing observations and experiences together, clear personal rules and group guidelines can be established. This is a time to rethink where we ourselves set boundaries and how to maintain them in daily activities. Such reflection helps not only to understand threats, but also to build a more resilient digital environment together. This topic places attention on decision-making in the virtual space. The lesson encourages not only acquiring knowledge, but also continually honing responses so that decisions become considered and safe. This contributes to a broader goal: the formation of a resilient and responsible digital culture. The long-term value lies not only in information, but also in the habits the lesson encourages. Consistent attention to small details develops caution reflexes and strengthens collective responsibility. Alongside knowledge and skills, the lesson can strengthen space for shared reflection and exchange of experiences. The activities encourage honing recognition skills in everyday decisions. This can strengthen students' confidence in their choices and provide lecturers with a clear foundation for further teaching. This experience invites you to view internet risks through a guardian's perspective. You're helping your younger sister, looking for class trip options and handling registration for an after-school club. Yes, these are the same everyday actions we do for ourselves, only this time with responsibility for another person. That's why the key here isn't just to click correctly, but to see why certain signs inspire trust while others tell you to stop. During the task, you'll examine proposals for your sister's class trip. You will need to investigate which of them are unreliable and which signs indicate they may be a scam. The analysis encourages you to spot patterns and distinguish the shadows of plausibility from genuine intentions. There will also be a task about the trustworthiness of emails. What gives away that a message is fraudulent? The emails will concern registration for a club you're seeking for your sister. Learning about this means being able to put intuition into words and understand the significance of small signals. Other tasks will have you navigate a maze and learn about password update forms and malicious software. The key here is to understand how a small action, one click, can open the way to harm your accounts. The tasks act as a metaphorical practice. Through action, we discover habits and their consequences. Such experience encourages formulating personal rules that strengthen safety in everyday choices. Another task for students will relate to antivirus and the operating system. Here we invite reflection on how everyday choices, downloads, updates, permissions, affect the security of our devices. It is also worth thinking about the division of responsibility. When a technical measure is sufficient, and when a deliberate decision or help from others is needed to reduce risks. The tasks act as a metaphorical practice. Through action, we discover habits and their consequences. Finally, we invite reflection on consequences and recovery. If a deceptive link appears in a message and an account is taken over, restoration requires more than just changing the password. Online threats can be very convincing. That's why it's important to cultivate sound judgment so we can notice subtle inconsistencies and avoid being blinded by first impressions. This means not only technical checks, but the habit of pausing and considering what each step online entails. Such an approach turns users not only into service consumers, but into guardians of the community. After this story, you'll have a practical toolkit you can apply beyond a single episode. You'll be able to help relatives avoid being deceived, protect your academic ecosystem, and strengthen the reflex that every click is a decision, not a habit. The Project Cybersecurity with Minecraft. A sum of €50,525.18 has been allocated for the project's implementation, funded by the 2021 to 2027 European Union's Digital Europe Programme, €25.26259, and co-financed by the General Financing Funds of the Republic of Lithuania, €25.26259. The lesson package can be downloaded from the specified website.